Why do people not complete their projects? Well, maybe their interest wasn't there, they lost the spark, maybe their motivation tanked, maybe they didn't believe in the project anymore, or maybe they just found a better idea or thought of something else that was cooler and that just made them drop the project at large, right? And I think any of these scenarios can happen even if the project is dope, it's good, it's solid. And because of this, I think it's important when we're talking about projects to always establish a timeline, be very specific with the project, and also have an objective associated with the project. So for the timeline, make sure your timeline is reasonable. Don't set the scope to be 30 years on a project if you don't have the track record of completing a 30-day project. Don't create this crazy big epic story if you know you struggle with long hours of work and being consistent with work on your project. That's just gonna set yourself up for failure. So here's a reasonable goal that I had last year, right? So create a full-length visual novel game in a year to better learn how to create a game from scratch. That was Bing Bond's Prison Palace for me. Another example, practice dynamic anatomy drawings for a month with the objective being to improve overall knowledge, anatomical groups, and perspective. That was like September for me, I think. The goal that I have right now for this year is to complete and print out a full volume of my comic series, The Turn-Based Hero, by December 31st of this year, with the objective being to learn how to efficiently make comics for 1 year. Again, you just gotta know your why, because that will be what you lean on when you wanna quit. And then to make your life easier, you wanna establish minimum goals and fail safes. I've talked about this in previous videos countless times, but essentially is what is the least amount of work you can commit to while maintaining consistency? And the key to answering this is to judge how you work when you're unmotivated or when you're busy. Don't set this minimum work requirement based off of your motivation and your excitement for your project right now, because then you're gonna set something outrageous like 9 hours a day on your dream project, and that's the minimum you have to work to get the goal of completing this project in 10 years because it's the next One Piece. You're just gonna mess yourself up. I'm telling you right now, Timmy, chill out, Timmy. Don't do that goal, Timmy. Instead, again, the key is to answer this when you're unmotivated. For me, when I worked on Bing Bond's Prison Palace for a year, at the minimum, I could commit to about an hour a day. With all of my other responsibilities that I had to do, that was about the least I could do a day and still be consistent, right? Now at my highest, I could do 10, 11, 12, 13, even 14 hours on a weekend on some crazy shit. But at my lowest, I could barely hit that hour, and that's why the minimum goal needed to be that hour to maintain consistency on the project at large, avoid burnout, and I knew I could just do that much. I could do at least that and then walk away feeling accomplished when I was super unmotivated, because it's like, hey, I don't even want to do this at all, but at least I'm doing my hour, and the project eventually got done. So think about that when you're setting your minimum goal. Set your goal in relation to how you feel at your lowest. Lastly, and this is important, find an accountability partner, community, or device that can and will hold you to your goals without fail. Now, this doesn't have to be a person, but you should probably make it a person, but it just needs to be something that checks in or bothers you if you don't sit down and do the work you said you were gonna do. Now for me, I have both an accountability partner and an accountability device, that of which being my word, and I'd like to believe that I'm a man of my word. You guys let me know if I'm not a man of my word, but I think I'm a man of my word. And when I say I'm gonna do something, I try with every fiber of my being to do it. I put my best foot forward to make it happen. So declaring a goal, like trying to complete a volume of Turn-Based Hero on my community tab out in the public for everyone to see, makes it pretty official and therefore looks terrible if I don't complete that goal, or to me, I feel terrible if I don't complete that goal. And it makes me feel unserious about my word. And I hate being unserious about my word, bro. I don't like feeling like that. So I have my reputation to protect with that goal. And that's motivation enough for me to keep working even when I don't feel like it, right? So in conclusion, you want to establish your timeline, you want to be specific with your project, have an objective associated with the project, establish minimum goals and fail safes, and find an accountability partner, community, or device that will hold you to the fire when you're unmotivated. If you follow these steps, I guarantee you'll complete way more than you think in way less time, and you'll learn how to properly avoid burnout on projects that seem to just never end. Because, fun fact, you won't have a project that never ends because you have established the goal with an end date. Now, if you're new here, my name is Chris. I'm a game dev, storyteller, and artist, and now a graphic novelist making content here on YouTube to help creatives improve their mindset and complete the projects they want to complete. Now, if that sounds like you, feel feel free to hit that like button, subscribe to your boy. I appreciate it. I'm trying to upload bi-weekly this year, and the goal is to stay consistent throughout this year with that goal. So stay locked in with this channel. We're coming out with more content, but at least in terms of this video, I think that's it. I really appreciate everyone for liking, subscribing, and sticking around the channel. Looking forward to tackling this new year headstrong. But with that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get about. I appreciate everyone watching this video, and you take care of yourselves and have a nice rest of your day, night, or whatever. It's been your boy Chris, and I'm out. Peace.